Can you believe that Santa Claus was denounced as the Antichrist when he was first introduced in the United States? He was the Antichrist, and there are a number of reasons as to why Santa Claus is the antithesis of Christianity. If you can think of a reason, any one reason why the religious people were so antagonistic to Santa Claus, call me. 1-888 on radio. 1-888-667-2346. Where did they find the depravity in Santa Claus? Meanwhile, while you're phoning in, hopefully in massive numbers, to tell me what you think of why people would be against Santa Claus, look at Christmas trees, because it's not only Christmas gifts that are thanks to capitalism. The ancient Romans had celebrated with evergreens, but it didn't become an American custom until the 19th century, when again the Puritans denounced it as pagan. But here, with a large assist from Germany, American businessmen got another great new idea. What about decorating the tree with manufactured glass ornaments, something that was out of the question in the ancient world? And one of the leaders here was a famous big businessman whom we've all heard of, F.W. Woolworth. Was he motivated by a love of Tiny Tim? No, he was motivated by the desire for profit, and he scoured the world for ingenious ornaments made possible by the new machinery, by the Industrial Revolution. Now, in the ancient world, they tried to decorate their trees, but you know how they did it? They put candles on their trees, live candles. Can you imagine the results of putting live candles on your trees? They start a lot of fires that way. What was the obvious solution? Who came up with the obvious solution? That great American inventor and capitalist, Thomas Alva Edison. He's the man who made Christmas lights on trees and everywhere else possible. How was Edison able to do it? The new science of electricity, his discovery of the light bulb, and the whole of modern industry and science, which made wiring, circuits, switches, etc. possible. Americans entered into the decoration of everything around them with a relish unprecedented in history. In fact, a century ago, they were a lot happier than we are today, and their decorations were even more fantastic than ours are. People used to decorate whole houses. They had indoor hills, streams, waterfalls, unbelievably magnificent trees. Even the Romans had never dreamed of this, and the early Christians would have killed themselves at the very idea. Things were so beautiful in those days, and I might add so safe, that people used to go from house to house, block after block, whole groups of them, to the homes of total strangers, knock on the doors and ask if they could come in and see the Christmas decorations. Can you imagine how secure people felt then as against today? Decorations, another industrial businessman profit motive feature of Christmas. I'm still waiting for someone to have the courage to come and tell me what makes Santa Claus the Antichrist in the view of those who denounced him. In what way is he opposite of what the Bible preaches? Because there's an antagonism between Santa Claus and the Bible, which further shows the anti-religious nature of the holiday that caught on in America and that we call Christmas. What about Christmas carols? Another key feature of the holidays. They started as pagan dances. The Catholic Church denounced such singing for centuries. But by the 19th century, Americans were liberated from the medieval rules, and they proceeded to write all kinds of Christmas music. And some were hymns, but a great many were purely secular songs, such as Jingle Bells. And the most popular, of course, was by an American Jew born in Russia, Irving Berlin's White Christmas. What about Christmas cards? Sending cards at Christmas has become an essential of the holiday, a basically American idea. Didn't catch on until about 1890, thanks again to modern discoveries, big business, the brains who invented the multicolor lithographic printing presses. The examples are endless, from mistletoe to holly to poinsettias. All of it came to prominence for the first time in the U.S. in the past 150 years. Now, do we have anybody that wants to talk to us about Santa Claus? Andrew, are you there with us today?
I certainly am, Leonard. How are you?
Okay. Do you feel like hearing a little bit about Santa Claus and then telling me why you think there would be so much antipathy to Santa Claus on the part of the religious people? Now, anybody wants to get in on this, just dial 81888 on radio, 1-888-667-2346, and tell me what you think about Santa Claus versus Christianity. Now, you know that there was a St. Nick long ago, and a feeble holiday connected with him. December 5th was his day, by the way. And then along came the American Clement Clark Moore with his poem in the 19th century about a visit from St. Nick. This poem, in effect, created Santa Claus out of the blue for the amusement of Moore's own children. It was this New Yorker, Moore, who invented St. Nick's new physical appearance and personality. He was the one who came up with the idea that Santa travels on Christmas Eve in a sleigh pulled by 8 reindeer. He was the one that came up with the idea that Santa brings the gifts, comes down the chimney, stuffs the toys in the kids' stockings, and then goes up the chimney and back to the North Pole. That's total invention by Moore and a few other New Yorkers. Unprecedented before. Santa soon took off in America, and his importance to Christmas quickly exceeded everyone else's, even Jesus or God's. As you can tell by asking your kid whom they would rather visit on Christmas Eve, Santa or Jesus.